All right, we're live. So make sure. Yeah, we're definitely live. Okay. All right, so last night, sorry, here it is. Last night, Jaren had this 10-hour long live stream. I think he does this every month or so. I don't know. I'm not subscribed to his channel, so I wouldn't know. But I joined in and I waited for probably about an hour because there was a long wait. And I finally got my chance to talk. And I'm going to show you what I had said to him. Just make sure you can see the screen. Yeah. I'm going to show you what I was talking about with him. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff.
Move the sun wherever you want. This is the most intellectually honest position there ever was. Flat Earth. Winning! Or not. All right, let's go back to... Is there still more people waiting? Jeez. Evan, come on back. You got 3 minutes. 4 minutes.
All right. Yeah, hey, man. Thanks, Jaren. I'll just start off by saying I'm not a flat earther. Never have been, never will be. But I've been paying attention to the flat earth community for probably almost 8 years now. I think you were one of the first channels that I came across. And I kind of got disinterested in flat earth a few years ago. But then when the final experiment came up, I kind of got back interested in it. But just a quick rundown. The previous guy was talking about you can't measure the angle of elevation on a spherical object. All you need to do is just take a basketball, take a protractor, and you can place the protractor anywhere on the basketball as long as it's perpendicular to the edge where it is, and you can measure the angle to something that's outside of the basketball. I mean, it's not that hard.
Literally what they're saying is that if we lived on a sphere, we couldn't measure angles. Which
yeah, I mean,
it's so dumb. It's the dumbest argument I've ever heard. Sorry, go ahead.
And okay, just a couple of reasons why I'm not a flat earther. When I did come across it at first, I did think like, oh, do we actually live on a flat earth? But here's why I'm not a flat earther.
Okay.
You look at the sun and the moon as they go across the sky. They do not change size as they rise, as they get to the center of the sky, as they go down. And even if you thought the earth was flat, what does it look like the sun and moon are doing? It looks like they're going down and underneath the earth. So, like, if I was a Native American living in, like, Kansas, like 1,000 years ago, I'd probably assume the earth was flat, but at the very least, I would assume that the sun and the moon were going underneath the earth and then coming back up the next day.
I think that's what they believed, yeah.
Sorry, say that again?
So I think that's what they believed, yes.
Right, and I think that's, like, I don't understand how people, even like you for, 9 years, you look at the sun and the moon every day and you see it and they don't change size and you assume that they just like go across flat earth. And
well, I believe that we see them on that kind of your own personal dome, or that's your dome of your sky, so I think it's always the same distance from you in there. But again, I'm not invoking 180-degree refractions.
Right. Yeah, and also like anyone can just go to their, like if you live in an apartment or if you go to an office building or like a hospital, and you'll see like the square tiles on the ceiling. If you look down, they get smaller the further they get away from you. You don't see that with the sun or the moon. And also we know that the sun and the moon are spherical because like right now I can look on the other side of my room and I see there's these lights shining down, and the lights are kind of in a circle shape. But they look, from my perspective, they look squished because they're like
Flat Earth has to basically say they don't.
Underneath them, they look more circular.
This is why Flat Earth says they don't know what the moon and sun is. Just so you know.
Right.
Yeah, because they can't say it's a sphere. They can't say it's physical because then you're going to get those questions. So it has to be something we don't know.
Right. Anyways, I've kind of given the rundown as to. Well, I'm not a flat earther. I'm glad you're starting to come to your senses, even though it took 9 years, but better late than never, I guess. But
yeah.
Anyways, one thing I did want to mention is, you know who Zach Hubbard is, right?
He was on the show earlier.
Oh, he was on the show earlier?
Yeah, he came on. What did
he have to say?
We just argued, and then he left.
Oh, okay. So what's funny?
I tried to bet him money. He wouldn't bet me money.
So what's funny is about 7 years ago, I was watching flat Earth videos in my spare time, because that's what I did. And I was watching one of your live streams actually, and you mentioned his name, and I was like, who's Zach? And I like went and watched one of his videos, And then I was like, oh, okay, that number stuff seems ridiculous. But then about a year and a half after that, I kind of, for some reason, I came across this channel again. And if you search my channel name, The Sports Critic, on YouTube with this logo, you'll see I make videos talking about how the cabal uses gematria and numerology to create scripted headlines, scripted sports events.
Oh, I think I've seen your videos.
Name it. What?
I think I've seen your videos.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to pause it right there. I don't know if he's seen my videos. I mean, if we just look at my channel, my videos do not get a lot of views. Yeah, we're talking about views in the double digits. One video in the triple digits. Okay, a couple videos in the triple digits. Okay, I guess that one did get 300 views. But still, my videos do not get a lot of views. So I'm kind of surprised. I'm a little bit shocked to hear that he says he's watched my videos. Now, of course, there is one video that he may have come across that I made because I talked about his mother, and I talked about also at the end I talked about his Globebusters colleague, Bob Nodell. So maybe he's seen this video. Although I feel like if he's seen this video, he probably would have commented on it. So I don't know. He could have seen some of my videos and maybe not have seen this one, or maybe he has seen this one, or maybe he's mistaken me with someone else. I don't know, but I doubt that he's seen my videos.
I'll make the point because I know that you grew up a big Giants fan. I did too because I'm also from the Bay Area.
Nice.
And there's a reason why the Giants, when they won the World Series the first time, they went 11-4 in the playoffs because San Francisco Giants equals 114. And there's also a reason why the last World Series they won, it was in their 57th season in San Francisco. And then when Bruce Bochy won the World Series last year with the Rangers, he picked up his 57th all-time World playoff win. And then when the Dodgers won the World Series,
can I make a prediction real quick? Can I make a prediction though? You did not play sports.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm just saying.
I mean, I played basketball in middle school. I did cross country and track in high school. I mean, not at a high level, but
yeah, I mean, it's
different when it's not at a high level. I mean, right. The games are more organic there. When you get to the high level, these players are so good that if they tell them, hey, we want you to throw a pass 20 yards into the back corner of the end zone, I mean, they can do that. If you're a
you
golfer,
think a baseball player can hit a ball to a certain location that's thrown 100 miles per hour? That's what you really think?
Well, these players have been training since they were like 6 years old, probably at the very youngest.
So it's so funny that people that like you come here like you've got this intellectual higher point, or and then you believe that a baseball
intellectual higher point. I mean, it's not really an intellectual higher point. I'm just kind of exposing what's going on. I don't really think of it that much as a higher ground, but whatever.
Thrown 100 miles per hour. It is literally life and death for somebody. If that hits you in the face, you could die. And you're like, oh, they can just swing and hit it wherever.
It's not that simple. They've been training at this for their whole lives, and
right. So they would never, just like they would never do anything. They would go hard as could be. You would never go half-assed in sports because you would break bones. You would get hurt. So go full speed.
Players do get injured. We see players get injured.
Right. Yeah, okay. So
injuries happen. I mean, they have understudies. It's like a theater production.
Again,
yeah, I mean, players get injured. It seems like almost every week, at least in football. And I mean, if you've ever been a part of a theater production, I mean, I've been part of theater productions where classmates, or whether even theater productions outside of school, where other cast members either got sick or got injured a couple of days before the show. But because we all knew each other's lines pretty much because we'd been in rehearsals, someone was able to fill in, and oftentimes the audience didn't even notice. So yeah, I mean, it's the same thing here. If someone gets injured, I mean, it's very easy for someone on the bench just to fill in, and we don't know the script. When I say we, I mean most of the people in the stands and watching on TV don't know the script, so they don't care.
when sports are rigged, and I do think they are, but it's done by referees and by coaching. It's not done by the players. Players just do.
The players are definitely, well, to the extent, I don't know how much.
So what would happen? What would happen? So the Giants win 11-4. Like, what would happen if they win 11-3? Because one guy didn't. That wasn't
part of the script. I mean,
right. So you're making it sound like a guy. If that's true, then a guy who gets up to hit a baseball, get a base hit in the bottom of the ninth, has to get that base hit. He can't not.
I mean, that's why the pitcher will throw the right pitch.
Okay, sorry. Hold on. He's about to mute me, but we have to pull this up. Let's go back to what was it? It was Jorge Soler home run game 6. I think we all remember this home run.
Oh no! That
line drive base hit into right center field.
We have to listen to Joe Buck.
Garcia, and here comes Brent Strom.
We gotta go back a little bit.
And here comes Brent Strom, who felt left out of the party.
Look at that. I mean, 83 miles per hour, pretty much right.
Strom, who felt left out of the party.
Yeah. You can pitch it. Look at where that pitch was. That's the perfect pitch for a right-handed hitter. Yeah, only 83 miles per hour. What it said. Yeah, 3-2 count. Houston 32. Jorge Soler, means sun. 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo. Was it 42nd or 41st pitch of the game?
Comes fly ball to left and goodbye. Soler with a monster blast into left, and the Braves lead 3-0 here in the third.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to talk about pitchers serving up the right type of pitches for players to hit clutch home runs. I don't know if there's really a better example than this one. Well, let's just see if we can get a good replay of it. Yeah, my computer's being slow right now. Anyways, okay, let's just finish this up here.
For him to get the base hit?
You're so lost. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We got to go later.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Jaron, for almost 10 years, you were basically claiming that no one could get to Antarctica. There was no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. You're not the one to say. Let's hear it again.
For him to get the base hit?
You're so lost. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We got to go.
Yeah, for you to say that's the dumbest thing you've ever heard, Jaron, you've said plenty of dumb things in your life. I mean, it's unfortunate that all of your videos, well, we have to go oldest. It's unfortunate that all of his videos pre-2021 are no longer there. Look here, he's got, joined February of 2015. I think I stumbled upon his channel in 2017. Yeah, I mean, all of his videos looks like, what year was this video?
Astronauts to the moon.
Yeah, I mean, this was 2020. So all of his videos this was around the time of OKC. But yeah, I don't know why he took down all of his videos from the earlier days of his channel. He's on 666 videos. Interesting enough. Okay, and another thing, I did listen to here.
Made a paper.
Hold on.
And if I
so he did this TFR episode with Zach back in 2017, and I actually listened to it today while I was at work, just on in the background while I was doing stuff. And Zach wasn't really the best at coming up with globe arguments. I mean, this was 7, I think 7, almost 8 years ago. So it is possible that back then Zach hadn't really looked into it that much. Um, but that's not the point. The point is, there's this one line that I heard I'm about to play, and I'm going to ask what's changed.
If I all of a sudden discover that boats don't go over the curvature, can I submit a paper to the scientific journal that's going to go through? It's being reviewed by 400 guys who will laugh in my face. Not because what I'm saying is incorrect, because what I'm saying is not what they've based their entire lives upon. So that's not a good, it's the worst thing. It's the same as the Catholic Church looking at things through their college of cardinals.
I agree, man. The whole world's indoctrinated. It's like Western medicine isn't real medicine. It's all propaganda. It's all symptom maintenance. And
where's the money involved there, right? The money comes from people being sick, right? The money comes from people being thinking that they need Paxil and all, that's, so why would they ever cure cancer? Why would they ever cure AIDS when the money comes from people being sick? So we know that. We're on the same page there. So you have to go the one step further. Not you have to go. I'm asking you to look into going one step further and realizing that the ultimate deception is the very place where you live. Now, I understand when you're saying, like, what difference does it make? You're right. We could say that the earth is flat tomorrow and everyone keeps being a dick and everyone keeps acting the way they are and we keep being oppressed and we keep being put down and held down and we're being slaved by these powers that shouldn't be. But I like to think about the fact that what you're putting out there with gematria is waking up a certain level of people. Some people, for me, like I said, I was watching your stuff, and when you started talking about sports, my wife and I were like big time skeptics. No, this isn't right. Sports aren't scripted. I've watched baseball my entire life.
To be fair, I did have the same reaction too when I first came across Zach's work, and I probably spent at least a couple months trying to debunk it, but obviously we know how that turned out.
And it took you waking me up to the fact that sports are rigged. Mm-hmm. Okay, it took you and me looking at your information and what you were putting out to realize that that is the truth. So I've accepted that now. It's a tough pill to swallow. I spend a lot of my money in my entire life on season tickets, on World Series tickets. My wife and I went to World Series. I mean, there's so many things that you realize as time goes on. There is a certain group of people in this world that are going to be impossible to wake up because they're just...
Okay, so let's hear that one part again.
I mean, there's so many things now. It's a tough pill to swallow. Sports are rigged. Okay, and it took you waking me up to the fact that sports are rigged. Okay, it took
you waking me up to the fact that sports are rigged. And then what does he say here?
Years in advance.
If that's true, then a guy who gets up to hit a base hit in the bottom of the ninth has to get that base hit. He can't not.
I mean, that's why the pitcher will throw the right pitch for him to get the base hit.
You're so lost. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We got to go.
Okay, so what happened over these 8 years? I mean, let me just go back a little bit.
What would happen? So the Giants were. It's not done by the players.
Understudies. It's like a theater production.
Again, if when sports are rigged, and I do think they are, but it's done by referees and by coaching, it's not done by the players. The players
the players are definitely.
I mean, what's to say? How do you know? How do you know the coaches are? How do you know the players aren't in on it? I mean, if you can make the assertion that the referees and coaches are in on it, why can't you go one step further? I mean, let's look at your words from 8 years ago.
By these powers that shouldn't be. Step further and you have to go. We know that. We're on the same page there. So you have to go the one step further. You have to go. I'm asking you to look into going one step further and realizing that the ultimate deception is the very place where you live. Now, I understand.
Okay, and now Jaren's having 8 years later, Jaren's having second thoughts about that. But yeah, I'm asking you to go one step further. If it's so easy for the the pitchers and the referees and the coaches to be in on it, what's to say that the players can't be in on it as well? and it wasn't
Well,
Four. So you're making it in the bottom of the ninth.
throw the right pitch,
We've got New Moon up next.
the base hit.
You're so lost. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We got to go later. We've got New Moon up next.
Yeah, okay. He put me on mute at that point. It was already after midnight, and I wanted to go to sleep, so I wasn't gonna stick around. But I'm just reading some of these stupid comments over here. Okay, but if I had stayed on longer, I was going to bring up this video that I made about Jaren and the death of his mother a few years ago, because I'll show you why in a minute, but I'm fairly certain that his mom was taken out by the code. Let's see, we'll just watch this on 1.25.
Many of you might know of the flat earther Jesuit High School, and who runs the YouTube channel Jeranism. What you might not know about him is that he went to a Jesuit high school, and his mother passed away.
Yeah, you can go to his LinkedIn page here. And he's wearing a Giants hat. So I had that picture for like 10 years or so. Yeah, here. Bellman College Prep, class of 98. And in my opinion is one of the best high schools in the nation. And yeah, I mean, I didn't go to Bellarmine. I wanted to go there, but I didn't get in. But a lot of my close friends went there, and they kind of said the same thing. They really liked it there. Yeah, let's go back here.
Channel Jeranism. What you might not know about him is that he went to a Jesuit high school, and his mother passed away a few years ago at the age of 66. In this video, I'm going to show how her death was no accident and was a clear Catholic Jesuit ritual. Jaren Campanella was born on June 1st, 1980. This date can be written as 6/1. In Gematria, Jesus, Christian, Cross, God, Holy Spirit, and Church all equal 61. 61 is also the 18th prime, and the Jesuit Christogram, IHS, equals 18. 1980 was a leap year, which means this was the 153rd day of the year, and Jesuit order equals 153. His name equals 54, also like Jesuit order. He graduated from Bellarmine College Prep, a Jesuit high school in my hometown of San Jose, California. On November 18, 2019, Jaren's mother passed away at the age of 66. I don't know if she had any health problems, but 66 is a young age to die. Her obituary even mentioned that she passed away unexpectedly. It is certainly suspicious, since her son is a flat earther, which equals 66. She passed away on the 322nd day of the year and died 32 weeks and 2 days before her 67th birthday. 322 is the number of Skull and Bones, which most definitely has Jesuit and Catholic influence. Skull and Bones equals 149, the 35th prime, like Catholic. Skull and Crossbones equals 61 and 263, the 56th prime, like Society of Jesus. As for her next birthday being her 67th, blood sacrifice and human sacrifice both equal 67. She died exactly 28 weeks before Jaren's next birthday, and ritual sacrifice equals 107, the 28th prime. Jaren's mother worked for the Catholic Church. She died a span of 171 days after Jaren's birthday, the 18th triangular number. Remember, IHS equals 18, and Jaren's birthday is 6/1, the 18th prime. She died in Gilroy, CA, which equals 45, just like Holy Bible. She died a span of 197 days before Jaren's next birthday, the 45th prime. Jaren has claimed that his YouTube channel is not about religion, but his channel name, Jeranism, equals 35, like Catholic. She died 20 weeks after her 7/1 birthday, and Catholic equals 71, the 20th prime. When she died, her full name was Rebecca Ann McLaughlin. When she gave birth to Jaren, her name was Rebecca Ann Campanella, which equals 144 and 72, like Jesuit order. Jaren has been a prominent figure online in the Flat Earth community for nearly a decade. His notoriety, combined with his Catholic and Jesuit upbringing, and his mom's involvement with the church, gives me reason to believe that the powers that shouldn't be, that he claims are lying to us about the shape of the earth, sacrificed his mother. Ever since he appeared in that film Behind the Curve, we've seen other prominent Flat Earthers pass away, including his Globebusters co-host Bob Nodell. Jaren, if you're watching this, I hope you realize that your rise to fame has led to the deaths of those around you. This is how the Cabal truly operates. I don't know.
Also, another thing is that the flat Earth equals 152, and Jaren's birthday is here we go, June 1st. And normally he was born in 1980, which was a leap year, but normally his birthday is the 152nd day of the year. Flat Earth 152. His co-host Bob Nodell dead 152 days after his birthday.
We realize that your rise to fame has led to the deaths of those around you. This is how the cabal.
Yeah, Globebusters 46, Bob Nodell 46, dead on 4/6. Which was I forget which. Yeah, Sacrifice 46. Was it Sacrifice 46? Did he die at age 62 as well? Yep, dead at age 62. Dead on 4/6 at age 62. Sacrifice 46 and 62. All right, yeah, and Bob Nodell, he was also in that Behind the Curve documentary. Is the one that's like, is that I don't remember the name of the tool, but the thing that shows that Earth is rotating 15 degrees per hour. I forget. There's also no ritual sacrifice is 73. Why are we disconnecting? Oh, now we're reconnected. Okay. I want to see what his name was Robert Nodell, right? That was his full name. Like Freemasonry. I think it was his full name Robert Lawrence Nodell. Robert Lawrence Nodell. 113. That's interesting. So how many days before Jaren's birthday was that? Let's find out. So that was on what, 4/6/2023? Let's take a look at this here. 4/6/2023 until 6/1/2023. Oh, look at that. Died 56 days before the Jesuit educated flat earther's birthday. How about that? How about that? How many days after? 309, I guess. Yeah, 44 weeks after Jaren's birthday, kill 44. Yeah, and another thing, you look at flat Earth and was it tinfoil hat? There is a match with tinfoil hat and flat Earth. Is it flat Earth theory? Or is it flat Earther? Flat Earther. Flat Earther and tinfoil hat. We were talking about 114. Tinfoil hat 114.51, just like flat Earther. Tinfoil hat 156. 9/11, the 156th prime. There's a lot more we can say about that. Flat Earth theory, what does that equal? Flat Earth theory 223, interesting. Like skull and crossbones. What about flat Earth conspiracy? Where's the conspiracy? Yeah, conspiracy is another 51, like Area 51. Flat Earther. Look at all those 5 ones. 51 and 57. Alright, was there anything else I talked about in this video?
Truly operates. I don't know if you're a disinformation agent or not,
A Catholic, another 46. Raised a Catholic.
but you make yourself look silly by saying the Earth is flat rather than exposing what's really going on.
Alright. I want to see if there's anything else. Wasn't really anything else here. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I don't know if Jaren's gonna see this video, but if he will, Jaren, I am interested in, if I can find I would be interested in continuing our conversation because I am very suspicious of the deaths.
But you make yourself look silly by
I am very suspicious of the deaths of your mother and your Globebusters co-host Bob Nodell. And maybe if you're not a flat earther anymore, maybe they'll stop the sacrifices. But I am worried that I don't know. Hopefully, I'd be worried. I hopefully the rest of your family is not gonna get the axe. I mean, I hope they don't. But this is the warning. I'm showing you what they do. It's possible it's all a coincidence, but given your Jesuit upbringing, and your mother's involvement in the church, and combined with the fact that you've kind of gotten the spotlight in flat Earth, I'm suspicious that these deaths are no accident. Yeah, well, King Richardson, I think he's actually. I'm not actually sure where. I'm pretty sure he's from either Gilroy or Monterey, or not Monterey. He's either from Gilroy or Morgan Hill, I think. And I know he lived in Salinas, but he claimed he lived in Monterey. Um, and I think now he lives in Merced. I only know that because if you go here, you can go to the description of his video. Um, yeah, PO Box Merced. He moved to Merced. He made a video last week talking about how like the Flat Earth app that David Weiss made was like exposing people's like people were able to find out where people lived, and so that's why Jaron had to move. Something like that. Then there's one more thing I was going to say. Now I forget what it was. Shoot, what was it? Oh, that is. I do remember now. Give me a second. I need to pull up a new screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, well, I'm gonna share this new screen. If only it would let me. There we go. Okay, so yeah, speaking of Monterey, this picture is my own. This is from 2019. This is at no, it's not really Monterey. It's like Pacific Grove, so it's right next to Monterey. But it is a picture of the horizon. And if we look at this is just a line that I drew in Microsoft Paint across the horizon. And if you zoom in, oh, well, we can't. I'm gonna have to download this. Is there an easy way to zoom in, or do I have to actually download it? Maybe I have to download it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna share. Okay. See, can you guys see? All right. I think you guys can see this. But yeah, if you zoom in, look, the line is from one edge to the other. You can definitely see that the horizon is not straight. The horizon is curved. All right. I mean, Jaron lived probably like a what 20-minute drive from here when he was living in Salinas. Could have gone out here taken a picture just like me. Um, actually, I think I could probably find the exact location where that picture was taken. Pretty sure it was Pacific Grove. Yeah, it was somewhere along here, somewhere along this bike trail here. Yeah, it was probably like somewhere right around here. All right, I think that's enough. But yeah, Jaron, if you're watching, or if you happen to find this stream, I mean, you did say you've seen my channel. I don't know if you have. You might be mistaking me for someone else, but if you have and you see this live stream, I would be interested in continuing our conversation from last night, because you kind of shut me up a little bit earlier than I wanted to, but we can expand on this stuff. And I said, hopefully more of your family members are not next. We don't want that to happen. All right? All right. You guys have a good Friday night.